Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be exploring a secret bank interior and trying to find out all of its hidden mysteries. So this is something I ran across the other day when I was actually doing the video for the Donkey Lady. As you guys know, I brought the Donkey Lady back into town, and I was trying to see what I could do with her, and I noticed that Armadillo had a bank. And I was starting to think to myself, I didn't realize you could go inside of the Armadillo Bank, or I didn't know it was used for a mission or anything along those lines. And then I went up to the front door and I noticed that it was locked. And I thought to myself, okay, that's kind of weird, but not unusual. There's a lot of buildings in Armadillo that are either incomplete or inaccessible, just due to the given storyline that's going on there. And what I mean by that is the town of Armadillo is actually cursed right now with the cholera plague. In fact, throughout this entire video, you're going to hear the Armadillo town crier screaming about cholera and how it's infected the town and how you should stay away. Well, right on the center strip of the town, there is the Bank of Armadillo. And like many of the buildings here, it is locked. However, what separates the Bank of Armadillo from the rest of the other buildings is, for whatever reason, this building has a full interior. Like Rockstar designed the entire interior, it's all ready to go, it's just simply inaccessible. And I've started thinking to myself, I don't remember the Bank of Armadillo being used in any missions. I don't remember the Bank of Armadillo being used in Red Dead Online. So why would Rockstar go to the trouble of creating something that wasn't used for anything? So we are going to be using the lantern and pistol glitch, which again is very simple. You just put the lantern in your left hand, pistol in your right, you look down, you sort of glitch through the object you want to get through. I ended up using the back door to get through here, and we got inside. Now, the first thing I immediately wanted to do was check all of the different cabinets and drawers to see if I could ultimately find anything. And there is nothing inside. Like, there's not even props inside. So I think it's pretty clear that Rockstar, when they designed this interior, were in the very early stages of figuring out what to do. Because like I said, there's not even like bank pamphlets or notes or just random supplies on the inside that would make this place feel like it's more lively and usable. So if you check all the different drawers, you won't end up finding anything. Now, the rest of the bank is pretty cool. It does look like a standard normal bank. However, there is absolutely no one here and there's nothing going on. There's no NPCs on the inside. And the only thing that was kind of interesting to me is there seems to be one additional locked room, which I could not get inside. Even by trying to use the lantern and pistol method, I was unable to get inside of this room. So I think this would be like where the manager would be, and it might not even have an interior in there. I mean, that door is locked. I couldn't even get inside normally. But that's like the one peculiar thing I ended up seeing with this. Now, there was also another part of the bank in which you could go to as well. There is like the side where the tellers would be on, which is where we're at right now. And then there's the side where like the normal people would go if they're trying to get money from their bank. And you can actually get out there as well. And just like the inside of the bank, this one is a little bit more lively. Like if you do open the drawers, there will at least be stuff in there. So that's why I assume maybe at some point you were supposed to be inside of this bank, because at least the places where you were allowed to go, it seems like there are more things that would make it feel like an open, realistic world. But here's my prediction for the Bank of Armadillo. I believe that this was either supposed to be used for a mission or is going to be used for a mission in the future. Whether that's in Red Dead Redemption 2 single player as some part of DLC or expansion, or whether that's a part of a Red Dead Online update. At this point, I'm really not too sure. I think the more likely answer would be something with Red Dead Online, just given the way we've seen Rockstar handle Grand Theft Auto 5, and also due to the fact that it's in New Austin and not a lot of single player stuff happened in New Austin. But I would say a handful of stuff does occur in Red Dead Online. So I think it's more likely that it would actually happen in that setting rather than single player. Either way, I thought this interior was incredibly unique, and it offered a lot of sort of insight on what Rockstar could do. Maybe it was a heist mission that was cut. Maybe it was a bank robbery that was cut. We're not sure, but all I know is there's a full-blown interior here, and that is really cool. Now, after getting inside the Bank of Armadillo, this got me thinking, are there any other banks in the game that we don't have access to? So I know we go into the back of the Valentine Bank in a mission. I know we go into the Saint Denis Bank in a mission. There are certain towns that don't have banks, like Strawberry. Tumbleweed is also another one of those towns that I don't believe has a bank, but one that does, and a pretty big one, is the Bank of Rhodes. Now, I'm not talking about the front part of the Bank of Rhodes, because you can go in there and hang out. I'm talking about the back part. Now, there is a special bank robbery mission that you can get in Chapter 4 if you own the Ultimate or Collector's Edition of the game. However, I wanted to get into the back without that mission, because even so, during that mission, it doesn't give you the ability to free roam and explore. So let's try that right now, and let's see if we can get into the Rhodes Bank. So this one was a little bit more tricky because there is a lawman posted up at the front of the Rhodes Bank. And for this, you obviously need to take your pistol and lantern out. So I had to get a little bit tricky here, and I actually had to like lasso the lawman on the inside, and then I had to go super quick because if not, you know, other lawmen were going to arrive and I was going to get in serious trouble trying to do this. But eventually I was able to wiggle my way inside, and now we were in the back of the Rhodes Bank. So this is really cool, and now we had free reign to check out and explore. So obviously the big difference here is there is an NPC who you will probably hear yelping and whelping and screaming and shouting throughout this entire video. That's literally all he does, is scream and shout. Now the first thing I notice here is there's stuff we can take. There is money on the desk, and you can actually take that. However, it doesn't actually get added to your inventory. So even though it looks like a significant sum of money, it doesn't get you anything. So there's a couple of different piles that you can take, which I thought was kind of unique. But overall, it doesn't result in you getting anything. So that, again, is kind of interesting. Could the Bank of Rhodes been used for a cut mission or a cut robbery or something along those lines? The fact that you could take the cash and grab it. Now, just like the Bank of Armadillo, all the drawers that you find in here are going to be empty. There's nothing on the inside, which again is a little bit peculiar. I wonder why that is the case. Maybe Rockstar, again, just thought no one would be back here. Probably the most interesting part about the Bank of Armadillo is there is a jail cell key that you can actually take. And this one actually does go in your inventory. If you take it, you can see there's like a detailed image for it on the right-hand side. And we can actually look at what it says on the satchel, and it says jail cell key unlocks a jail cell. So I wonder if this is for like the Rhodes Sheriff Office, or if this is for something entirely different. To me, I think this almost confirms there was supposed to be some sort of additional mission that occurred at the Bank of Rhodes that had to do with a jailbreak in some way, shape, or form, whether that's breaking out one of our gang members or whether that's breaking out someone else that we need alive. Either way, that's pretty cool because it's a unique item, one that I don't think you would be able to get rid of. So again, that's probably the most interesting part of the Bank of Rhodes right there. There's also like the back part as well that you actually access during that special mission, the vault. I wasn't able to get inside of that vault, which is a little bit unfortunate. I thought that would have been super cool to actually check out and explore, but unfortunately, I couldn't really glitch my way in there. But you guys, if you've done the extra mission, have probably seen that. So it's not that big of a surprise. So bottom line, what I think is going on here, specifically with these two bank interiors, is I believe Rockstar has a lot of unused and cut content from the final version of their game. And I think that there is a lot more opportunities for some of the coolest missions that Rockstar had in the game. Let's be honest, those bank heist missions were incredibly fun, and it would be really nice to see Rockstar add more of them in the future. Whether that is at Armadillo for someone like John Marston, or whether it is at Rhodes for someone like Arthur Morgan. You know, there's a lot of opportunities here and a lot of different styles, especially what we saw with the jail cell key and a whole lot more. They could really add a bunch of cool elements to this to make it a really cool mission. Or I could be overthinking this entire thing, and maybe Rockstar just added these interiors because they had the opportunity to, and they figured that they might as well, so that it looks a little bit more realistic. Now, in the case of the Bank of Rhodes, I can believe that, because you actually go inside. It wouldn't make sense to look behind the counter and see, like, you know, an abyss. So I understand with the Bank of Rhodes, but specifically with the Bank of Armadillo, like if you can't get inside, there's no reason to have an interior. So again, I'm going to leave the discussion up to you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about both of these bank interiors. What do you think Rockstar is going to do with them? Again, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.